Okay, so hello everybody. Today is Sunday, October the 8th, and we are going to continue in our study of the tarot. We are going to be working with the remainder of the major arcane, and that's going to be from the star to the world. And the star is number 17, and the world is number 21. So we'll be working from the star to the world, and we will be working within the suits of the cups. Many will come to see the realm of the spirit real. All righty. So let's just settle back for a moment and allow ourselves to center and be plugged in, united with Source. And as we allow ourselves to realize that there is only one source, that one source is omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent. It's everywhere, all the time. It's all powerful. It's all knowing. That source resides in each and every one of us. And the more and more we open ourselves up to that source, meld our own personal consciousness and egos to be united in that source, so that source can live through our experience, can enjoy through everything that we do, through each expression, each thought. We allow that source to be our guiding light, to be the purpose of how we present ourselves and of what we do. As we continue in the study of the tarot, understanding and knowing that each card is a symbol for the journey of our ascending life, to understand the ego sense, our physical sense, our mental and emotional sense, and how our spirit combines on this eternal journey. We are allowing ourselves to unite and be a part of this wholeness, this truth. And we give ourselves permission to release from any negativity, any doubts, any fears, any harmful self-talk, any limiting beliefs. And we just simply allow ourselves to be whole, be full, to be complete. And as we continue to open ourselves up to this source, we find ourselves in so much gratitude and so much appreciation, so much to be thankful for and grateful for in this lifetime. Even the things that we consider as challenging, we know because the source lives within us, the source that knows everything, that is everything, and that is everywhere all the time. We can be constantly guided into that lesson so that we can learn how to live efficiently in this life, live as source. And for that, we release all of our tensions, all of our joys, all of our hopes, and all things that make us understand who we are. We release that into not only our physical and mental consciousness, but also into our own personal environments, into our communities, where we can help shape our communities to make these and make our living space and our neighbors richer, healthier, happier. And we extend this release into not only our communities, but our nation and this world. And with that, we say, and so it is.
And so it is.
Okay. So let's just start off with, so is any questions or comments? What have you how did you use your tarot to help you during this month since the last time we met?
I must admit, confess, I have not been as diligent with the cards because I have been focusing on other things. And every time I sit down, I think, oh, I need to do this and I need to do that. It's like I need to make a daily to-do list so that I can accomplish the things that are high priority. I'll put it that way. And although tarot has been a priority with me, I have not, like I said, I have not been diligent as far as working with them for the past month. Why? I don't know.
Well, that's one of the things that I like about tarot, because it each of the pictures gives us a symbol of where we are in our lives.
Mhm.
Last month we worked with the shadows.
Mhm.
So there's a possibility that that shadow work was kind of clouding your vision,
Okay.
so that you weren't necessarily as into the tarot as you could be, or you didn't even notice. Because I do know that a couple of times throughout our sessions, you mentioned different aspects of the cards and how that would have how that suited the situation that we were talking about. So, so it's not like it wasn't on your mind. It's just that, you just didn't sit down and say, okay, I'm going to flip a card today.
Mhm.
Um, and that's one of the things that when we are doing shadow work, that I think that is really important. And so I'm just going to say what I have been doing with my shadow work, because for a long time, like I said, I used to do stuff. I stopped doing it. Now I'm starting to do it again. So one of the things that I used to do was do a lot of ancestry work with my ancestors. And so I've gotten back into it. And when I was doing my shadow work, I wanted to release all of the things that, make me not do. What are the things, what's holding me back from not accomplishing, or what's holding me back from pursuing, or my favorite thing, that procrastination. I hate to say it's my favorite, but at some point, I gotta admit that I love it. And that's and that's what shadow work does. It puts you in a place where you really are truthful and honest with yourself. You're not clouded by anything. You're absolutely 100%. You put a spotlight on it, and you're honest. So
Mhm.
anyway, while I was doing my shadow work, and like I said, I'm trying to do, I'm incorporating my herbalism, which I had stopped and I'm getting back into. So I have these herbal tarot cards that I've been working with.
Ooh.
And yeah, they're really pretty cool. I didn't bring them up today, but anyway, one of the I'm going through from the start of the tarot deck, which for me it starts at the manifested level. So that's the pentacles, onto the higher um the higher aspect of consciousness, which would be the ending of the deck, which the ending of the deck for me is the major arcane. The beginning of the arcane for me, I mean, beginning of the tarot for me, my journey starts with the physical and elevates to the spiritual. However you want to start your tarot journey is absolutely fine with you. If you want to start your journey from the aspect of spirit on into the manifest, that's fine too, because that's the thing, that's the good thing about tarot, and it's our own personal journey. It's how we learn it in particular. So anyway, so I'm doing the herbal thing. And I said, well, I'm gonna and I was working with the Pentacles 1, 2, and 3, and my next week, because I'm doing it 1 week at a time. So the next week it was going to be the 4 of Pentacles. So I said, well, I'm gonna pull a deck from this. I'm gonna pull a card from this other deck, and the other deck that I like to have is the Morgan Greer. I like the Morgan Greer deck because it has no
Those are
borders.
pretty.
Thank you. It's very colorful.
Mhm.
They have no borders, so they're you're not, in my own mind, you're not caged into a lesson. Like most cards do have borders, and for
Mhm.
me, sometimes that border represents stillness, or is like a
Okay.
snapshot.
Like a what?
A snapshot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But a borderless deck is expandable. It continues on. So anyway, so I decided I was going to pull cards with my Morgan Greer deck. And what was the card that I pulled up? The 4 of Pentacles. So I said, okay, well, I'm in the right place at the right time. So that's one of the things that I find, that when you are working with tarot, you know exactly where you are in your life.
Mhm.
Tarot is very descriptive about where you are in your life, and how to move on with, and how to move through that experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
So
I,
go ahead.
now I was going to say, sometimes the message is very subtle, and we have to think about it before we, in order to understand it. I guess the best way to put it.
Yeah. And excuse me, because that's what tarot is really all about.
Mhm.
We use the cards not just for entertainment purposes, although you can, not only for divination purposes, although you can, but one of the things that the tarot does is that it is that pure connection with
Right.
spirit,
Right.
so that you get to this place. And when I say spirit, I'm talking about source,
Mhm.
spirit guides, however, that higher level of consciousness, so that we don't need the card. We, this we see as a communication device,
Mm.
and we allow this to only be a communication device. Because sometimes, like,
A memo, so to speak.
yeah, but deeper than a memo, it's thought.
Okay.
Because we won't need the brevity, or we won't need the words to go along with it, or the pictures, or any type of anything material or mental to go along with it. It's just pure thought. And that's
And
what those clairvoyance and clairaudio, those
terms. Yeah, well,
yeah,
clear means clear anyway.
right.
One of the things that I have learned over the years is that in my readings and studies and all like that, that some people are visual, some people are auditory. In other words, they get clarity through either seeing something, they have to see something in order for it to be made clear to them. With
Mhm.
others, it's what they hear makes it clearer. But for me, those are very important. Those two aspects are very important. But to me, the actual execution or the doing
Mhm.
helps me to understand things a lot better. I hear
Mhm.
what you say, I see what you did, now let me try it,
Right. Mhm.
kind
Mhm.
of thing.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's one of the things that when we are using tarot as a
Hmm.
communication device, that's what we do. That's the whole function. I know that this is the Ace of Cups. I
Hmm.
understand that this is the beginning of the suit and all of it has to do with emotions. I understand all of that,
Hmm.
but how am I going to use it? How is it going to make me feel? What experience am I gaining through my my communion with the Ace of
What's the
Cups?
word? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, what is, how am I communicate? How am I communing with it? What do I feel? And it's so individual, you know.
Hmm.
And that's why I tell people all the time, yeah, it's great to get a book.
Oh,
You okay? Got a
yeah.
question?
No, no.
Oh. It's great to get a book. Um, but when a book says do this, don't do that, well, that's for me, for them,
Uh-huh.
for that individual. I have read books that says, you got to immediately take your cards out of the box and wrap it in a silk scarf. Well, great for you if you happen to have a silk scarf and some room, you know. Um, but as you,
Actually, I purchased a deck some years ago and I have to find it because in moving sometimes, things get packed away and you don't remember where you put them.
mm-hmm,
And that's the situation with this one. And it actually came with the silk scarf
mm-hmm,
for the cards.
mm-hmm, and that's cool,
Hmm.
and that's wonderful. But it's not, for
Necessary.
me, it's not necessary,
Yeah,
because the higher consciousness source is everywhere, in everything, all the time.
exactly. And um, are you familiar with Llewellyn?
Yes.
Um, I Well, I got I forget now what the exact title of the book is, but it's kind of like an encyclopedia of the tarot.
Mm-hmm.
And the way the author, and I think it was Cindy Dale that actually edited this so-called encyclopedia. And the way she's writing, it's very um what do I want to say? She's kind of like across the board. She doesn't give opinions one way or the other. She just presents the facts, kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing. And she basically says in her dialogue or in her writing, she says basically the same thing that you just said, you know, and explaining, you know, some say this, some say to do this, some say do that, whatever makes you feel comfortable. That is kind of her overall message. I use the book more as a reference as opposed to, you know, a study thing right now. But I do intend to, at some point in time, perhaps read it, you know, go through it from cover to cover.
Yeah, well, that's why I like books, because you can do, you know, as long as you got them on your shelf.
Exactly. Got got references.
Yeah, exactly. And you can do whatever you need to do with them. And yeah, and I think that and I have taken other, you know, like tarot courses before. Two, actually. I've taken 2 tarot courses before. One I didn't really get that much out of, and it was expensive. The other one I felt, you know, I felt that it was it I like, you know, I like the journey, the way that it was presented, but the leader I felt was it was a man, was very egoistic, and was trying to form I don't know, a group, you know, because you know, just kind of didn't want it was very egoistic anyway. But you know, every, you know, different strokes for different folks.
Exactly.
But one of the things that I do that I feel that tarot teaches you is how you do have that connection with source. That we are unlimited in our search for communication and communion with source.
Exactly.
That's why one of the things that I when I do work with people who this is their first time, and they say, well, you know, isn't it evil or isn't it bad or something like that? And I say, well, you know, everything can be bad and everything can be, you know, everything can be good. It's, you know, we live on this earth plane of good and evil.
Exactly.
You know, it's how you use it, and
Exactly.
it's how you express it. So that's why I think that I think that it has been
Abused.
abused, and it's also a disservice to tell people that to fear something first. Now, yes, you should, you know, you should use caution. You should use caution with anything.
Exactly.
You know, you should use caution, because if you know, there, because our minds are so powerful, because that's the thing that we're using. We're not using the card. The thing that we're using is our mind. Our minds are so powerful. Our minds can create anything. So if you are misinterpreting the cards, your mind is going to your mind is the thing that's misinterpreting the cards. So your mind is going to be that thing that brings up, you know, brings it into manifestation. So if, you know, you're looking for, if the cards are telling you something for the future, you know, your mind is actually, you know, bringing that, magnetizing it and bringing it and shaping and forming it and bringing it into your your creative world.
Let me ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
When a person that's reading the cards for someone else, and if they are in a negative mindset, that is the person that's doing the reading, if they are in a negative mindset, will that not influence what they tell their client or customer or whatever you call the person that's being read for?
The client, yeah.
Yeah.
Or curient, that's another word. Well,
Oh, okay.
I would say yes. I would say yes, simply because if you are not clear, because you want to come in as a clear channel in, I guess, pretty much anything you do. I mean, if you're actually going to a physical doctor, your doctor you don't want your doctor to be in a bad mood either.
Exactly.
If your doctor's in a bad mood, they're not going to give you the right information. They might be, so angry with whatever happened at that morning that they skip the whole thing and diagnose you completely wrong because they're
And
not
it has
paying
happened.
attention. Yeah, because they're not paying attention. So when we do, um, especially when we read for others, and especially when we read for ourselves, we do want to be that pure channel because we want to be clear. We want to be able to hear and to sense what source is telling us, so
Right.
that we
So
can be more precise in our. Go ahead. In
no,
our
I was
read.
going to say, so in other words, we want to begin each whatever, whether it's reading tarot or whatever it is that we were about to do, we should approach it prayerfully, gracefully, and with an
Reverent.
open mind.
Yes.
And what did you say, reverently?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And and as a querent, if you're or a client, if you're going to someone else, the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Because even though that they're in a bad mood, I still can, spirits source is still gonna get a message to me because that's why I'm there in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm open, if I'm, if I'm sincere, if I'm, coming in there with an open mind and an open heart, I'm looking for reverent. I'm coming in there with in a reverent way. I am seeking guidance. That's the thing that I know I will receive.
Right.
Uh,
And also when I say prayerfully, we not only ask for prayers for our understanding, but prayers and blessings, peace and blessings, light and love for that individual who is doing the reading that might be going through a rough patch.
Absolutely, absolutely. Or or that's just that they because we're all on a spiritual journey.
Mm-hmm.
We're all on a journey. So just because they say on a on their business card that they are spirit minded, they
Mm-hmm.
could be very egoistic people. So so we understand that everybody's on a spiritual path, everybody's on this spiritual journey, and nobody is 100% right,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody is 100% wrong.
Right.
So if I'm going, I do have people, and I haven't been to a reader in a while now, but when I did have people that were, in particularly my favorite readers,
Mm-hmm.
um, I would, you know, I, I understood that it's the message that is not coming from them; it's coming through them.
Through them. Yeah.
And so that's why you don't give that person this higher honor or whatever, simply because it's the information is coming through them. It's
Mm-hmm.
coming through them one way or the other, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Even if the thing is that if I trust the guidance that I'm looking for, I will hear the message,
Right.
whatever it is.
Right.
Um,
Gotcha.
and that's one of the things, and we'll be talking about that next time when we actually be doing spreads and actually doing readings, because we do like little mini readings right now based on what kind of sort of what we know. But
Mm-hmm.
one of the things that, and I try to tell people all the time, and especially if I am doing a reading for them, is to understand that I'm going to give you the information that I get. So it doesn't have to be precise.
And
Um,
it's up to the what do you call them? The
the
client, the
querying.
querian,
Hmm.
to take what you say and use it in the way that is most beneficial to them.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And that's important because, and I think that that's would eliminate a lot of the people who are being scammed.
Mhm.
If somebody, they sat down and they didn't come in and, they have this room that looks spiritual, and, they got the incense or some soft music, or the way that they're dressed or their countenance. And, I'm supposed to think that they're super fantastic. Well, the truth is that they might not have picked up a deck. The last time they picked up that deck of cards was, you know, 6 weeks ago. They don't do tarot anymore than anybody else. And vice versa, is they might not pick up that deck of cards every time, but they're always open for channel. That they always have an open channel. So that's the thing with, and I say this is what every spiritual experience, whether you're going to go to a new church or whether you're getting involved in any type of spiritual thing, don't get caught up in the leader.
Mm.
Don't get caught up in the I guess what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for?
The emotions, or the and that's not the word I want to use,
Yeah,
but
because I'm
I
really
think
looking
I
for
the
like the
energy,
organization.
the
Yeah,
energy
yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah. And don't
being
get caught up in the yeah. Don't get caught up in the in the the energy of it. Well, because we kind of do want to get caught up in the energy of it. So that's not what I'm talking about.
but
Yeah, but what I'm
and when
talking about is
I say energy, what I'm talking about is the loud shouting and riling, and when you go to like a holiness
yeah,
church.
the organization. That's what I'm talking about. The
Yeah, yeah,
organization. I mean,
yeah.
because you can get caught up. You can get caught up in the rise and around. I mean, hey, I don't know how spirit's going to hit you, but the thing
Well,
is,
with me, when something hits me spiritually, usually it manifests in the form of tears. It's a
mm-hmm,
quiet thing. It's tears,
mm-hmm,
because and usually they are tears of joy.
mm-hmm,
Sometimes, depending on the situation, it could be tears of sadness, but um, it with me, it's tears.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And,
And
and and that's because that's you.
mhm,
So but I have known so many people that say, oh yeah, don't go to this person because they not well, I don't know, I'm not gonna, if they if I think that they're only out after my money, I'm not
mhm,
gonna say that I wouldn't, I wouldn't try to see who they are and whether they have a message for me, especially if spirit is guiding me there.
mhm,
So, especially if spirit has gotten me there, I'm not going to go there, and I'm not going to go there because somebody is saying, "Hey, look, this person is the best. You got to go
mhm,
to this person because this person is the best," and form a some type of reverence with that. And because and I think that what the world has done, it has attached a lot of meaning to people who can look into the spirit world, through clairaudience or clairvoyance, and who can see or hear,
mhm, mhm,
into that spiritual world. Because most people are too flighty. We're too blocked, or we're not focused enough
mhm,
to hear and experience. And this is one of the things that the tarot does. It helps you focus. Like if you pull this ace of cups or any cups, I know it's my emotions that I need to focus on.
mhm,
And that's the thing, that's the first sign of, oh yeah, I thought I was feeling emotional, but I don't know what I'm emotional about. Or, oh, I thought my emotions were kind of blocked off on here. So what is this about? And this
mhm,
is so this is one of the things that tarot helps us do. It helps us investigate why we are there.
mhm,
What. why do I think I'm lost? Why do I think that I am broke? Because usually when people come to a reader, they're coming looking for a couple of things. They want to know the future. They want they want to know if they're going to get what's going on in their life. They want to know what's if they're going to get married, or if they're going to keep their marriage, or they're going to get some money. It's usually something like that. And those are all valid questions, because
Yeah.
each one of those questions have to do with their life.
Yeah, because they're looking for answers to life's mysteries, I guess is the best
Yeah.
way to put it. But I just wanted you to see, can you see that?
Uh-huh.
And the similarities between your card and my card?
Uh-huh. Yeah. And most of them have the same appearance.
Exactly.
Almost every card does.
Mhm.
You might have an odd deck that is completely different. Because it's the artists in rendering and their interpretation of this
Exactly.
of this
Exactly.
card.
But the basics are
Yeah,
there.
the basics pretty much stay the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's very and it's helpful. Although I do have a deck that I bought not too long ago, and I want to show it. I want to show this deck off for a second here. And it's called a Jungian deck. But it's so
Like in Carl Jung.
yeah, like in Carl Jung. It's so weird. This is the fool.
Oh.
And nowhere on there is the title of the card on there. On none of the cards in the deck. So this is
Oh,
not a
wow.
good this is not a good this is not a good foundational deck.
Really?
Now,
Really?
whether Carl Jung is the person who did this, I think the artist is Robert Wang. So this is his interpretation of the Jungian tarot.
Okay. Okay.
But just it's just whatever is whatever kind of resonates with you. But I say have as many decks as you have Bibles.
Thank you.
Have as many tarot decks as you have Bibles.
As we were talking, and you mentioned, and I just might get I have to look at it clearer. But when you were talking earlier, you were talking about how you had, I don't know whether you said you had a deck or you had or that relates to tarot and herbalism.
The herbal tarot, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
the herbal
it's by
tarot.
Michael Conley.
Oh, okay. And it just made me curious because I wanted to see if there is a tarot deck that's kind of chakra.
I'm sure it is.
Well, I found something, but I'm not exactly sure what it is. It looks like it might be a book and a deck, but I have to investigate it further. But I did find that something that makes that connection.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I mean, that's one of the things that I do love about this spiritual walk, is that so many people are on it. This is such an adventure for so many different
Got
people.
that right.
Yeah, and everybody's creative. Everybody's creative, and everybody has people want to share their outlook and their vision. And I think that the more we use our connection with one another, that's an easier way for us to see that other person as
a spiritual
being first. Yeah. So so this month, when you get a chance, You just know, when you're thinking about it, we're going to just be looking, start thinking about cups as, as that emotional um suit. The cups bear the uh the the height of our emotions. So
Mhm.
the cups are, very uh very mindful, very spiritual,
Right. And of
and
course, water is in every one
of the cups.
of the cups because water
Well,
is emotional,
mm-hmm,
and our emotions are fluid like water,
mm-hmm.
you
Well, it's
know.
in a lot. They're in a lot. They're not in all. Well, not in my deck, or not in the decks that I have. Water's not in all of them, but
Well, the symbol of cups is represents water, to me.
mm-hmm, yeah. And the more you get to know your deck,
Mm-hmm.
um, you know, um, the more the better you will be able in understanding what it means for you. And if you are doing a reading for somebody else, you'll be able to ascertain uh, from them whatever it is, whatever it needs, because you're so familiar with your own deck.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah. So let's just go through the. Since I got the cups up, let's just stick with the cups right now.
Okay.
And it's well, that's right. We started late. Around about quarter 2:15.
Water after, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so the Ace of Cups, we've been
Mm-hmm.
talking about this, like all of the aces. The Ace of Cups, is the beginning of the suit. It really talks about creation. It talks about being, the beginning of things, the newness, whether it's, whether it's in the upright position or whether it's in reverse in shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the ace of cups it does show us that brilliance of being able to pour out into somebody else's life.
Mm-hmm.
you know how wonderful that feels. It does make you feel really spiritual. You feel like a really good person.
Mm-hmm.
Or when you are using your talents, uh, to help people. When you're using and you're doing it for good, there's a good feeling that comes along with that. And so it kind of reminds us of like our emotions um in that spirit of giving, in that
Mm-hmm.
spirit of overabundance. Although we have your you have your dove that's coming straight from above.
Mm-hmm.
This is the very Catholic card. I don't know what the other people's communion wafers look like, but it has, you are in direct communion with with that Christ consciousness. And it's
Right.
yeah, and so your overflowing is perpetual. Not only is it flowing out from your knowledge, little bits and pieces of your knowledge is going
Mm.
everywhere. It's not going to this The stream is not going to one place. It also
Right.
has it also has
It's
effects.
spread about.
Effects, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that when you do get the ace of when you do get the ace of ace of pentacle, when you do get the ace of cups, that's one of the things that you're looking for. You have enough emotions to um push you through whatever it is that you're experiencing, or you're considering. So you got the emotional fortitude for it.
Mm-hmm.
um
Mm.
in your two of cups, this is most of the twos have to do with dualism. You're like your two of pentacles. You got this one guy that's kind of the two, kind of trying to juggle the infinity sign. It is kind of askew. Yeah. So one of the things that you that this that the Two of Cups is very reminiscent of, and I don't have my all of my deck out because, and that's what you said I should do. Is very reminiscent of the Six of uh the Lovers card,
Oh.
because you have your angel here, you
Mm-hmm.
have your masculine and feminine energies that are combining and joining.
Mm-hmm.
So you have, and and you understand that the emotions of this is built not only on your strengths alone, but um,
Partnership.
you
Oh,
have a partnership.
companion. A
Yeah, you have
companion.
there is a
It's-
there is the balance is both masculine and
Yeah.
feminine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all of that energy, it will be expressed in this time.
Right. And when I look at my card, um, okay, now yours, hold it up again.
Hmm.
Um, the angel, the angel is depicted as,
I think it's a lion on this one.
yeah,
This is the Rider-Waite deck.
okay. And
Mhm.
with mine, the lion is above the symbol, which we very often see on a medical, anything that is medically
What is Cadus?
related. Huh?
Caduous?
I don't remember
Yeah, I think that's
the
what it
title.
is. I
And
know
of
that
course,
because I do a lot
the
of dream
wings
journey.
are, in other words, in yours, the wings are part of the lion's head. With
Hmm.
this one, the lion's head is above those wings, but
Hmm.
there everything is there.
What does that
Everything.
mean to you?
It means that no matter what position you put it in, that strength, that aura, that energy is there for you,
Hmm.
no matter where and what position you place it. But it all means um, that we're in harmony, we're in unison.
Hmm. 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 Good job. Good job. Yeah. Do you see anything else in your card that strikes out to you and gives you some more information, some further information?
I find it interesting. Now, this is called the One World deck, or One
Mhm.
World Tarot.
Okay.
And the interesting thing with yours, the feminine is clad in long robes, gown and long robes.
Hmm.
The masculine is dressed with a tunic. It has a tunic and boots and such. With mine, the masculine is shown as a dark-skinned individual, and the feminine is shown as a well, what we typically refer to as a blonde-haired, blue-eyed blonde. So, but still, that masculine and feminine aspect is there.
Hmm.
And the other thing, I just noticed this, um, although we don't see a body of water here, look
Hmm.
at that blue sky behind them. And
Hmm.
he is dressed in a blue jacket.
Hmm.
And of course, the green in her dress tells me there's creativity, there's life there.
Hmm. Hmm. Very good. Yeah, because and that's pretty much, and and when you're looking at the card, see this one has the green mountains in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the cups do have blue, like you said. You said most of yours has some form of water. Most of
Mm-hmm.
the cups do have blue as a background.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Different shades of blue.
Mm-hmm.
So so and blue is most people see blue as a very emotional color. Um, the like my card has the mountains in the background, so the mountains are kind of let you know
Green.
that there is, yes, there is abundance, there's life, there's you know, there's mystery.
Mhm.
What's in, there's it's something in them there heroes.
Mhm.
But also, when you think of a mountain, you think of strength. You
Mhm.
think of elevation. You
Right.
think of challenge.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
this is one of the things that the Two of Cups lets you know whenever you pull it in, whenever you pull this card, that you also know that your emotions are balanced. There's strength, um, and there's protection.
Mhm. Mhm.
In the Three of Cups, um, like I said, right now I'm using the Rider Waite deck.
Okay.
This is kind of like that original deck
That.
that I think is it's the original of the modern,
Okay.
because
Okay.
tarot has been around for a long time, ever since they have been using, since they have been, but most of it, there's an Italian. I think it's. I really want to say that it was is the original drawer, the original artist was Italian
Mm.
for the for
The old
yeah,
an ancient deck.
yes. Hmm.
Mhm.
But anyway, so the Three of Cups, it is kind of sort of remembers, yeah, well, for mine, I don't, of the of the Empress card, simply because you have three ladies who are celebrating life. um
Mhm.
you have they are very focused in celebrating celebrating life itself.
Mhm.
Their cups are headed are to the sky. So so that whereas the difference between these two, where there is something that hovers over top of the cups, like whether it's the dove and there's water, whether it's an angel, there, although it looks as if the sky is empty, but they're holding their cups up in celebration of fullness.
Mhm.
Hmm. So, what are your thoughts on the
Well,
Three of
when I look at the two, the first thing that I noticed was, first of all, with yours, it's three females. With
Mm-hmm.
mine, it's two females and a male. And in looking at how they're clad, um, I'm picking up the female in the front of both cards is wearing kind of a pinkish, orangish, greenish kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the female on your card on the right is wearing a gold tunic. And in my card, it's the male image that's wearing the gold colored trousers. And the female on my card on the right is wearing blue and white. And the female on the left on your card is wearing, well, gray, which can kind of fade into blue,
Mm-hmm.
and that's stretching it, and white. So
Mm-hmm.
the similarities again are there.
Mm-hmm.
They're all of them are dancing in joy,
Mm-hmm.
is what I'm seeing. And of course, the background is that blue sky again, that blue water sky.
Mm-hmm. So, what do the colors of what do they indicate for you?
Well, red or orange, which is a combination of yellow and red, is represents power. Blue represents tranquility. Um, the gold represents the sky. I'm sorry, not the sky, but the sun. Um, all symbols of enlightenment
Mm-hmm.
and that empowers them.
Okay, super fan cake. Maria's coming in. I'm gonna pause for a second just to
Okay,
introduce her a little bit and give her some time to get her cards together.
okay.
All right. Did I say I was gonna pause? Don't do that right. There we go. I
Okay.
did it. I'm good. Okay, so what we're doing right now, or we're just beginning to talk about. We started a little bit late, just to let you know, Maria. So,
Okay.
and then we kind of went over. We had a little discussion about what tarot means to us. So let me ask you, what does tarot mean to you?
Honestly, I don't know. It's telling me like a flower. I don't know. Something in reference to nature, outdoor energies, things like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, that's different because most people, when they think of what tarot means to them, they I have never heard the term that people think of it as nature or as something natural. So yeah, I think that's a really cool way
That's
of
beautiful.
of your
Yeah.
seeing tarot. Yeah, that you're seeing it as something natural.
Yeah. Then it goes back to right, but that's the first thing I'm thinking of. But the next it would be like witchcraft. I don't know why. Things that towards that area, but I don't know why. I don't know. I'll stick with the nature.
Yeah, but and that's just the thing when people say witchcraft, that's what most witches deal in is nature. The things that are natural, and because there is so much power in the things of nature, it frightens people, and they only want it to come from words and from direction, but not from the universe.
Correct.
So,
And because nature is something that we don't fully understand. And if you learn to accept nature as it presents itself, you don't have anything to be afraid of.
right.
Exactly. Yep.
Exactly.
There's always signs that nature or anything else that has to do with outdoors, that leaves you just to open your eyes or just cross your path. I'm just saying, maybe I'll be walking, or I don't know, and then I find a feather from a blue jay or something. It could be that, or it could be up to a ladybug. It could be up to something. I don't know, just things like that.
And you see the message for you in that thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
The same way when I see a penny on the ground and everybody's like, don't touch it because it heads or tails. And I'm like, no, that's the blessing of abundance of money. It's something that's coming back.
Yeah.
It's there for a reason. It's not there because if the person dropped it, okay, but I found it. So
right. Yeah.
So that's the way I see it.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that we were talking about, is that tarot gives us this opportunity to be clear, to be more open-minded, to be more expansive. We don't have to get stuck into anything. So we were just completing our look at the Three of Cups. And this is, so what is the Three of Cups saying to you?
The triangle. So it connects, so it'll continue. It's a continuous, because there is no open. And the cups is maybe it can mean full within that three, but it is an odd number. And I don't know much about. I know that there's for numerical meanings and things, numbers. I don't. So that's what I see. So I need to get my glasses. Hold on.
I can't see anything.
I found paper, and I was like, I need my glasses. So I try to be there. Let me see. Okay, there we go.
There you go. Yeah.
Looking good.
Yeah.
I like those glasses. Those
Thank
are
you.
cute.
So I see that that's two women, isn't it? Or are they all females?
Well, on my card it's three women. It's
see.
3 women, and on her
Uh-huh.
card it's 2 women and a man.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's a connection there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Like I said, but for me, I see a triangle.
Mm-hmm.
How they
Yeah.
hold up their thing,
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
cup.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And then
Yeah.
can you move that one up closer for me?
This
I don't.
one? Oh,
Yeah.
Harriet.
Okay, they're not together. No, Harriet,
Mm-hmm.
the other one, Penelope.
Uh-huh.
I know yours. I want to see hers. Hold on. I don't see hers. I
You
keep
can't
seeing
put it.
yours.
Okay. Can you see hers better now?
No, I
Oh,
don't.
you might have to do you're on your phone, so sometimes you don't see you would have to press in for speaker view.
Okay, hold on.
So Harriet, say something.
Hi there.
Okay, there you go. That she has to say. So that yeah. Uh, the cups are not. I mean, they're kind of triangle, but I see it more of them. They're
Uh,
dancing for
mhm.
Harriet's card. I could see the triangle between them. Penelope's card, I see the triangle with the cups.
Well, when you look at my card, the triangle with the cups is there, but and I forget now forget my geometry lesson as to what kind of triangle it is, because you have the long base
Yeah.
and one side is shorter than the other.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I forget now.
Yeah.
For some reason or other, the word isosceles comes
That's
up,
the,
but
that's
I'm
the
not.
word they came up to, but that's the only kind of triangle I know, probably.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if that's the correct name for that triangle of those cups or not.
Let me see. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, super cool. So let's move on to number 4, because we still got a whole. We got a lot to get through. One of the things about most 4s are cards of meditation. They're cards, to tell you to slow down, to stop, stop and think about it, to take your time. This card, the 4 of Cups, of course, it indicates meditation, but also to rest your emotions. Especially if you are an overly emotional person, allow your emotions to just simply be still. We got all of our cups in the upright position. Well, so because sometimes cups are lying down or falling over, but all of our cups are in an upright position. So it's showing that you got 3 that's already here on solid ground on earth, but then your 4th cup is is coming in from your spiritual, your higher level of consciousness, bringing you to this place that, okay, we are on solid ground, but you still have elevation. You still have room to know your thoughts and honor your thoughts. So that's pretty much what the 4 of Cups stand for. And some of the things that we do look for when we are looking at each card, are the picture. What we want to see the whole picture. What is this whole picture? What is this whole picture telling me? At this moment. So I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask you, Maria, first, because you'll only be able to see me. What does this card, the 4 of Cups, mean to you?
Hold on. What is what is that? A animal or something
Oh, this
holding
is
up?
a man.
Yeah, but there's a cup.
Oh, the one that's holding the cup. It's a
Yes,
hand out
Oh,
coming out of a
it's a
cloud.
hand coming out of a cloud.
a cloud.
Uh-huh. Yeah, see, there's the background. So
One, well, unless he's grounding, and that fourth cup that's from the cloud is a peace offering. That's what it means. I mean, I see in that it's mm, a message.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The fourth, yeah, a message that
Mhm.
is with the look of his face that it's yeah, that's what I'm getting. A feel of that. It's a message, it's a
Mm-hmm. Cool. What about you, Harriet? What are your thoughts on the Four of Cups?
Well, I agree with Maria when I see that fourth cup as a message, but I see it as a message from the higher consciousness coming in through the crown,
Mm,
coming in through the
Mhm.
crown chakra.
yeah.
But again, hold us back up, Penny, so I can see it. I like to look at the similarities that the different artists bring to the cards themselves. And there are certain overwhelming similarities in all of them. As Penny mentioned earlier, three cups are standing on solid ground. And then, of course, there's that fourth one. And of course, the background, that image of blue, the sky reflecting, the water reflecting the sky, which is in the background. And then, of
Mm-hmm.
course, the green, which represents creativity, life. And of course, in both cards, the young man is sitting beneath a tree, taking the time for a quiet moment. And I think basically the card is telling us we all need to take that time
Mhm.
to rest, have a
Yeah.
quiet moment and commune with the spirit.
Yeah.
Mhm. Good job. Thank you.
Yeah. That is true. Or if you're in a situation also, you know how you're like there's a saying of like two first strike, second, whatever, and three's a crowd, and then the fourth
Mhm.
will just break it. It's a message. That's yes.
I don't
I see.
remember hearing that.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so the fifth cup.
Hmm.
Most fives indicate that the fours indicate that time for pause. So most fives in the decks, excuse me, most fives indicate that place of like strength and solitude work. There's some valuable lesson that you have to work your way through in understanding that. When we're looking at the Five of Pentacles, you got the mom and the son going, trudging through the snow and sickness. You have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is can't even see it in my mind right now. Oh, gone, how in the world did I not see the Five of Swords in my mind? Okay, sorry,
Mm.
can't see it. But all of the fives, really indicate, some type of lesson that is in the process of learning. And here, the Five of Cups, now you're getting to this place where you can be emotionally spent. You could be living in regret or anger. You've kicked over the most of everything that you got. You kicked it out and now it's gone. Or else you are so busily focused on what you don't have that your back is turned to what you do have. So, you know, this 5 of Cups really represent kind of like regret, a place where the spirit is available, but you are you are emotionally spent at the moment. In this deck of the Rider-Waite, we got the sunset is the sun is either setting, I think it's more of a set or a setting. You have you have a darkened sky, although when you look at it, you have your beautiful spiritual river that's flowing through, that allows you opportunity. If you and this person could be looking at the river, could be focusing on the river. So when you pull the card yourself, you really want to inspect what your emotion is, why you are experiencing this emotion, and are you living in some form of abandonment or some form of regret? If you're reading the card for somebody else, you kind of want to help them understand where their emotions are at this particular time in their lives. Yeah. So so Harriet, tell me about your card.
Okay, well, go ahead, Maria.
Oh, me? Okay.
Yeah, I thought you had said to say
No,
something.
she didn't say anything.
But I can say,
Mhm.
yeah, I see it as darkness as a place of where there's confusion, depression, just because of it could be a loss of something, just that, but there's 2 cups, they're standing up, 3 fell, but it's okay, because it can be done. It can get, they can get through it. The person, because the river, like you said, it's flowing. It could meet spiritual, one of the elements, I'm thinking, so from the 4 elements, the water
Yeah.
and outside, ground, that so even though you fall, you still can get back up.
Right. Yes.
So there's always a new beginning and hope for every day. The day of that card, that whatever, like you said, if the person pulled that card out, is at the moment it's okay.
Yeah.
It's but if you fall, and tomorrow's always a new day, and it just get back up, because if that card came out, it says there, you see 2, you could stand up again and just look deep in with emotional and everything. Yep, that's the way I see it.
Thank you. Thank you. What about you, Harriet?
Okay. What I'm seeing is a young woman dressed in dark clothes, which means she's probably in a state of depression at this moment, because she's looking at those overturned cups with perhaps missed opportunities is what she's probably looking at. But if she turns around, she sees 2 cups standing upright. And of course, there's that bridge over the flowing river. And in the background is a mansion. So all is not lost as far as she's concerned. And like the similarities again, 3 cups having spilled whatever they contain, but there's still 2 that are standing upright. And in yours, I see the bridge in the background over that flowing river. And to the left side of the card, what looks like could be that mansion that she's dreaming of. And again, the blue water is there, even though that sky is dark. That blue, calming, reflective, flowing river is still showing bright blue. and not the
Mhm.
darkness of the sky.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's one of the things. And so this is one of the things that the number 5 in all of our decks remind us that you're just in a place of struggle right now,
Mhm,
you know, and it's okay. It's
Mhm.
gonna be okay, because sometimes life has challenges.
mhm,
Number
Yeah.
6. Number 6. This card basically has to do with nostalgia. It's that feeling that you had as a child, that the days gone by. It places you in this very like an idyllic frame of mind, you know. So there's a lot of happiness and joy that's surrounding, and hey, what a great thing that, because look where you just came from.
Mm-hmm.
mhm,
And so the next, and so your very next card, it shows you that not only is life good, but life is that best time that you've had. Remember
mhm,
that great time that you had? Life is still filled with that.
Yeah.
mhm.
Hmm. Yeah. So this is what 6 of. So I'm gonna kind of push us through a little bit, because I'm looking at the time. I said, "Daggone," but we
Yeah.
did a little talking first. So let's look at number 7. Um, 7 is like that card of mystery. It's full up with illusion. Now, 7 is that kind. It is that card. It is that card of caution, because you know where are where are your emotions? Are your emotions centered in things? Are your emotions just centered in illusion and fiction? Are you focusing your emotions on somebody that's offering you a field of dreams? Or so 7, this 7 in particular is a card of caution. So so that it's really time for you to focus in on what it is that you believe
Mm-hmm.
and why you believe it.
Mhm.
So I do want us to kind of have a little comment on the 7. So let's see, Maria, can you see the 7 good? Can you see what they have involved in there? I don't know if you can.
Hold on. Oh, yeah, different snakes and everything. Okay. Hmm.
Hmm. Then there's this mystery person that's here, that I say is the wholeness of spirit, that is a
Yeah.
guide, but
Yeah.
is veiled. But that guide is veiled.
Yeah.
So it's how much caught up you are into that illusion.
Yeah.
There's some treasure, there's some riches and fame,
Yeah.
there's a castle,
Yeah.
you know.
I
So
see it as there's not everything has to do with that, even though it's there. It's a luxury. Always keep your grounded. Always keep try to keep open-minded spiritually, and you're emotional too. That's what I
mhm,
see there with that person that is, and there's always I see it as there's always going to be some your energy or angel that guides you.
mhm,
Just listen to your inner self.
mhm.
So, let me see that snake, and what else is there? That lady over there with the head. I don't know why that remind me of what the one with is it Melusa? The one that
Medusa.
Medusa.
Medusa, is it? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Even though what does she have in her hair? Fruits or something? I
I
don't
don't know
know.
what she has in her hair.
I know
Yeah.
there's a snake.
Uh-huh.
What's the other ones?
Uh,
Flowers?
there's a dragon.
There's a dragon.
There's
Oh,
a dragon. There's some like a laurel weed leaves, like
yeah.
some laurel, some riches, and a mansion.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. just it's a little bit of everything with nature and everything. So, um, just to have try to control your feelings, or
Mhm.
just I don't know,
Yeah.
mind, be mindful of your surroundings.
Yeah.
That's what I see.
What about you, Harriet? Thank you.
Well, I'm going to agree with Maria on what she said. But just to add to that, all of the 7 cups are in a cloud, so that means they're in a dream world. And like Maria said, you have to be careful about what you dream and what you wish for. So be cautious. I would say
Mhm.
caution is the key word there.
Mhm. Mhm.
Plus the dreams, I know I haven't been into one of your dream sessions, and dreams, and you're supposed to write down when you do dream something in your
Mhm.
journal. And because it's a message, it's something, it's a sign of something. I don't know what, but that reflects on what you just said, Harriet, too.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, super cool. So number 8.
Okay.
8 is also a card of challenge. Um, 8 seems like you're walking away from all of your cups.
Mm-hmm.
You're leaving all of your cups behind. So it's like a journey into your emotions and into your harsher emotions, the things that you might have feared in the past, the things that you so this is also a pretty much a shadow card.
Of what kind of card?
Shadow,
Oh, okay.
like we did the shadows last month.
Last week, yeah.
Yeah. So this is a shadow card. So it's a shadow card is one of those things that make you think, where is the darkness that's in my life? What am I afraid of? What is it that I'm just not willing to see? Or what is it that, that's not available to me yet? When you get your 8 of cups, you know that it's time for you to go into a spiritual journey within. To look at all of the parts that you have been avoiding, to look into yourself to see what it is that you need, or what is it that you need to leave behind. But you have to be willing to go into that darker recesses of self to see your fullness. So what are your thoughts on 8?
Well,
What are you seeing in this card?
pretty much what you said. Yeah, disappointment, maybe anything that has to do with giving your back for now, but because the cups are standing. If I'm trying to see it.
Okay.
Are they mostly all standing up?
Yes. Yeah, you got 4, you got 5 at the bottom that's
Okay.
standing up, and you got the 3 on top that are
Yeah.
standing on top of the 5.
And that's a moon, right? And the sun out?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay.
It's kind of like that,
Yeah.
kind of like the eclipsing moon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh,
when
okay.
everybody started going crazy, every month when the Mercury and the retrograde hits,
Yeah.
that's exactly. It speaks for itself. That's pretty much what I see.
See,
What about you?
I
What
was
about you,
seeing,
Harriet?
I was seeing the moon, full moon coming in. I didn't think of it as an eclipse, but I was seeing it more as the moon coming into its fullness. And again, the water, the blue sky, and those mountains, those challenges.
Yeah.
Mhm. So number 9 is like the happiest card in the deck. You Nines in all of the decks are kind of like you're a teenager now and you're about to get into maturity. You're nowhere near mature, but you have accomplished a lot. So 9 is like the ending of a cycle, where 10 is the beginning of the new cycle. You're beginning, like, your child is just graduated from high school. Sometimes they graduate at 16, 17, sometimes they graduate at 18. But on graduation, are they, do they, and they have their license, are you, they get the car, So, but so it's in a place where you have done a lot of accomplishments, but you're about to move into the new phase. So that's all of the 9s and all of the suits. 9 of Cups is, just pure happiness. This is a good card. This is like kind of like the wish card. If you pull this card anywhere and anybody's reading or your own, good things are about to happen. So that's something that you look forward to.
Great. I need to buy a whole deck of those and just put them everywhere in my house.
But it's a good thing because you just came from here.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I do like about the cups, the suit of the cups, is because it shows you something that, where you have overcome into a positive manner. Okay, number 10 is, I always call this a marriage card. 10s, they show goodness, they show happiness, they show a family. It's richly abundant, lots of joy, lots of happiness, good success and happiness in life. You can see that by the balance of, I don't know what you have on your card. You got a whole bunch of children. You got a lot of people in yours. This one just has the husband, the wife, and the 2 kids. So your masculine and feminine energies are balanced. Show me your card again, Harriet. Okay, so
what I'm seeing is several generations in the card. Children at various levels of growth. And those 10 cups, it's the rainbow bridge. You're going from one phase into another, and it's that bridge from what you just passed through leading into the next stage.
You got it in the blurred section. We can't see it from there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh yeah. That's super cool. You got any comment on that, Maria?
No, just just exactly what you both were saying, that it's, it's come together. Difference of family unity and everything. Not only that, different generation. Believe me, we need that.
Yeah.
With this generation that is going on, yeah.
Generational, yeah.
So, but yep.
So that's super cool. So so the Page of Cups is because each of the cups is a journey in your emotions. So now you have journeyed from the beginning, creating your emotional awareness, to now you are that teenager. You're really out here in the world. You're really, making it for yourself. You're working on your own. You're accomplishing things in your own life. You're really understanding and beginning to notice who you are. And that's what a page is. So when you pull a page for yourself, know that you're still very, very immature, but you're working at it. And if you're pulling it for somebody else, it can mean that for them too, or it could mean the young people that are around you, your children, your grandchildren, you know, that you know, or that younger generation. So it really has to do with when you pull a page or any of the court cards. It really has to do with, well, any of the cards really, where they are in the position of the reading.
Yeah.
And so just moving on to the Knight real quick, because I do want to get us to our major arcane. The Knight is the same thing. You're much more mature. You have some battles in the background. You got some stuff that you have fought and won for. So you're really understanding who you are as a champion, as your own champion. So this is one of the things that the Knight of Cups, and if you notice that all of the court cards, there's only one cup.
Mm-hmm.
So not only and they are actually holding the cups, where in the previous cards the cups are on the ground, they're somewhere around somebody else, they're just around. But now you got a real good handle of your emotions. And you know how to stand up and fight for yourself. So this is always a good card to get either in your own reading or if you're reading it for somebody else, especially for the younger people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to move on to the Queen of Cups. I think that she is so super duper. I just love the Queen's energy. She is the fullness of emotional health. When you're looking at the Queen, or when you're focusing your energy on her queenliness, her royalty, you're understanding that she is in full command of her emotions. She doesn't take anything for granted, and she's not taken for granted. She understands that the fullness of her emotions, and she teaches and guides all of the lower cards into the wholeness of understanding their own emotions too. It all accounts to where you are in your reading or in your life. Is the water around her turbulent, or is the water around her playful? Just kind of laughing up at the sand. So this is one of the things when you look at the Queen of Cups, you see her as in full control, especially of her feminine emotions. And even if you're reading this card for a man, he's also in the fullness of his emotional awareness. He understands his feminine side. He's not afraid of it. He's not afraid of women. He has that that understanding of the joy that it takes in knowing who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And to finish this one up, that's and this is the King. Now, like I said, I have the Rider-Waite deck, and so this King, he is to me, of course he's the head of the suit. He understands his emotions completely, but because his background is kind of washed out, I often, when I'm reading the cards, I often see him as, when this card comes in, are you beginning to get too settled in your ways? Are you beginning to become too are you still, are you so serene that you can't see outside? How, where is your balance? So to me, although this is the head of the suit, it's a very cautionary card, because I think that you are at the top where you are, but there's something washed out, not as vibrant as, say, like the Queen. You know, there's so much vibrancy, there's so much understanding. Honestly, I often wish that the cards were like this. You know, that the Queen is the Queen is the head of the understanding emotions, and not the patriarchal side of, you know, the stoicism of the father. You know.
Can I
Mhm.
just insert something that I did
Yeah.
in doing my research on the tarot,
Mhm.
and they when they look at the um, court cards as a whole, they saw that the author saw the king and the queen as equals, but each bringing their own masculinity and femininity to whatever the situation was.
Correct.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mhm.
They
As a-
feed from each other.
Yeah.
They need each other.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what each of the cards do.
Mhm.
From the ace to the king. You know, all of it's our emotional journey.
Right.
Mhm.
All of us are emotional journey. So
Don't do that.
any questions or comments on the cups?
So
Super, super, super.
sometimes your cups can be full and sometimes they could be empty.
Yeah.
But they
That's
can.
true.
You have to try to figure out how to balance it, or keep them all full or keep them all empty. I don't believe in keeping it all full. I don't know why, or empty.
Mhm.
I think with life it's just
There's always room for growth.
Always, yeah,
Right.
always room for more. Yeah. Yeah. Because sometimes having your cup too full is a challenge.
Yes, it is.
yes.
Got
There,
that
there
right.
you go. There you go. Yes.
Okay, so now last month we talked about the shadow sides, and that was like the devil to the we did talk about to the tower. So now we're starting to talk about this final push to your
Right
whole
side.
fullness of your fullness of your spiritual awareness. When you finish, if you're using the tarot as your lifestyle, by the time you finish, you have elevated to a fuller and higher level of consciousness. That's one of the things that, because it is such a a good meditation. But anyway, getting to the star now. The star is the feminine understanding of life. You know, not you get, you get from what is good, and you give to what is needed. You know, so you're in this place of guidance and leading, but you're always, you always feel back up.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Mhm.
Okay, I got the cards upside down now. That's for us, but I can't talk on the phone right now. Okay, so the next one is the moon. This deck is very bright. And that's this kind of something of the Rider-Waite. But other decks, the moon is, all of this is happening at night. Like Harriet's card, all of this is happening at night. You got the two wolves. So and the moons really go along with the cups, because the moon is so emotional. You have so much going on with the moon. Most people, when they fall in love, I might have met you in the daytime, but I really, really love you at night. It's just, there's just that, there's a fullness of that emotion there. So and like Maria was saying, the moon is, people go a little crazy. So do you. You
Mhm.
know,
everybody.
and it is a watery card. It is a card where you really gotta pay attention to that, whatever your fluid balance is going on in your body, at the time, because our bodies are affected by how hydrated we are or how
Yeah.
dehydrated we are,
Mhm.
you know. So we are also that part of emotion, So this is a very, very emotional card. So
Uh-huh.
if you get this card, it's really time to pay attention to what you are understanding and how you feel about it. And you got it. And this card is a card that you have to be absolutely honest and true, because this also is a card that is a shadow card. It's because you really have to look within.
Mhm.
And so if you are reading for somebody else, um help them to be honest about how crazy they are at the moment. you know or how crazy is surrounding them at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
you know
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
so this is one of the other things that I do like about the tarot. And most people, they only want to focus on divination. But if you know that something crazy is about to happen to you next Tuesday, you are really looking out what the crazy thing is going to be.
Yeah.
you know and the tarot will lead you to future events. And I think that's what a lot of people are afraid of, because if
Mhm.
they hear something of a future event, then it kind of frightens them. you know it can scare you too sometimes, though, if you tell somebody something and it comes through like 2 days later. You say, oh wow. I thought
Mhm.
so. So that is kind of really interesting. Any questions or comments?
No.
Nope.
Okay, y'all cool with the that's a big card with the moon. Okay, so now the sun. Um the sun is like the balance, the balance of all things positive in your life. You know,
Like,
it's you are very young at heart, very innocent toward all of the good that's coming to you. It's just like, when Jesus said, you got to be like little children to see the kingdom of heaven. And so this is what this the sun is showing, is telling you how innocent you are, how valuable you are, how um how you accept it as what it is. You're not trying to make it into something else, because you don't need to. You see all of the good in it. And so this is one of the things that I do like about the sun, because when you get this card for yourself, um oh my gosh, you're really in the right place at the right time.
Mhm.
It really, I mean, spirit can't be, shining on you more. And then when you get it for somebody else, oh wow, and especially if they have had a lot of turmoil or challenge in the cards, it is such a valuable thing when you get to show them, hey, look what's ahead. You know,
Mhm.
yeah. So any questions?
No.
No? Okay. Oh, y'all had all of these experiences in your life. Know
You
exactly
stay
what
around this planet long enough, you
okay.
will.
Yeah.
Okay, so judgment. Excuse me. And judgment. Now, judgment looks like a scary card. You got dead bodies coming out the ground. So if you this is their first reading and they get something like judgment, and especially if they are coming from some type of religious background, this is a scary card. you know. And this is a scary card. But when you're looking at it metaphysically, what it's saying is that you know that you are so renewed and so uh precise in your knowing how to live the lesson, you know, so that, you know, this judgment is, it really means resurrection. You have gotten past this point where, you know, you see sin. You no longer see it. You don't see the evil. I mean, you recognize it, but you see past it because you can see the value of the truth of what it is. And you also know how to deal with it. You know, judgment, when judgment comes up into your cards, it's a really good space to know how renewed you are, from the beginning of the deck when you came in as a fool, you know, to all of this process that you have been growing through, to this place where judgment is just, no more need to judge. I mean, this is the end. You know, this is the end. And you know, you have accomplished all. So this is, I love the judgment. And when you look at it, okay, this looks like the Lovers card. We talked about that earlier. You know, it looks like that two of the hearts. Listen to me. Two of the cups, you know, because it's the, you know, the lovers, you know, it has that same symbol. And we see this all throughout the deck. So we're going to always, you know, so this is the thing that I love about tarot, because it is, what do you call it when something is flat? It's, you know, it's just, it goes off into a straight line. So there's always, there is a beginning, a middle, and an end, you know, and all of the points in between, so that, you know, and cards like this remind you of that, you know, because we have this same theme that runs through. So any thoughts on this? What do y'all think about this one?
I'm just listening because I'm driving home. So
Right. What are your thoughts, Harriet?
I was just looking and again seeing the similarities, and blue is still, you know, the constant color, and each, the blue and the green seems to be constant, especially with my cards. I don't see too much green in yours, but the blue is still there. Yeah,
This one is pretty it's you know, bland.
yeah.
Yeah.
In other words, even though the card says judgment, it's actually saying, I think, be kind, in a sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, just thinking, you know, just from the old Bible verse, you know, Gabriel has blown his horn, and you know, now it's time to
Wake up.
you know, yeah, it's time to wake up from that, and time to get ready to go to heaven. You know, so I mean, you know, when you think about that, just in like spiritual things, you know, when you do elevate from one level of consciousness to the next level of consciousness, it is so rewarding. It is so rewarding. But so you know it's going to be great at the end. And so this is the end, the world. You got it all. You got it all. You know, you got all of these lessons learned. You can accomplish all. Victory is yours. And this is this in this position, or even if it's in reverse. I know we didn't talk much about reverse today, because we talked about reverse a lot last time. But even this in reverse is only good. because it's all, because just when you look at
It's
even when you
all
look at the
encompassing.
faces, the faces upside down or right side up, they look like they look right. They look right
Mhm.
side up,
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
mhm.
Wow. Yeah.
So there's always, you're this is the end of the tarot deck, and this is what we are subscribing to in our spiritual life. We want to get to this place where, yeah, I am here. I have overcome all of that that I thought to have held me back, but this is where I am now. So success, success, success.
Mhm.
Okay. So let's do a little reading for each other, because I always kind of like to do a little reading for each other. Um, so I tell you what, I will read for Maria, and Harriet, you read for me. How about that?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so let's this from the cards that we use today.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
just shuffle these up a little bit, and let's just do the 3 cards straight across,
Okay.
past, present, and future. So we do past, present, and future. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Give me about 2 minutes so I can pull over.
I mean, you can. I mean, you can. Yeah. I mean, if you feel you need to focus.
Yeah. So just give me a minute. I'm almost there.
Okay.
Gotta try to get into the park.
That gives me more time to focus as well. Thank you very much.
Find a spot under the tree.
Hmm?
I am parked.
Okay. All right. So let's just for a second, just focus in with me, Maria, and I will I'm just gonna flip through the cards, and when you want me to stop, just say stop, and I will pull that from that card.
Okay. Stop.
Okay, so I got a different deck this time. I
Okay.
got the Queen of Cups. Just talked about her. So she's in the position of your past, because I'm doing past, present, future. Okay,
Okay.
so I'm gonna flip through again, and you let me know your next card.
Stop.
Oh, let's do one more time. I lost it. Oh,
Okay.
okay, sorry.
That's okay. Stop.
Oh, Page of Cups.
Wow.
Page of Cups. I didn't even use these cards. I didn't even use these cards. These are not even the cards that I use. And I have been shuffling the whole time. So I'm going to shuffle just one more time to make sure I don't have them all stuck together. But
I'm glad those cups don't break. Last night I broke. I had company and they had their glass of wine on the floor. On the side of them on the floor, and me careless, I kicked it, and that glass broke. It didn't
Oh my
shatter, but it
God.
broke. Then when everybody left, my little espresso cup that we have, somehow I picked it up and it fell, and that one broke. And I was like, wow, okay. So not only a glass wine broke, also an espresso cup broke. And I was like, what energy was in here?
Right, exactly.
And
Yeah.
then now I'm getting these cups.
Yep, now you're getting these cups.
Okay, stop.
Wow. Okay. Oh, okay. Did you say stop?
Yes.
Okay. It's the Eight of Cups. Unbelievable.
Oh,
And I pull and I'm looking at these cards, man, that I've just pulled them. And that is so random because none of the cards are like together. So that's amazing. And
Wow.
this is, like I said, this is a different deck. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing for you in this reading right here, past, present, and future. Okay, first of all, and all of them are in the upright position, by the way.
Okay.
Uh, you have, you know, you do have your emotions in order, but there's still some kind of tug that there's still some type of tug that doesn't let you be peaceful in all of your emotions. Not saying that there's trouble, but there's stuff that there's just some stuff. I think with your second card, the Page of Cups, um, I think that you don't have to have as much concern for the young person that you do have. I think that it's not I think that you don't have to worry about it so much. And I think that this and with the eight with eight is the final place. I think it's the maturity that's happening right now, probably for this younger person. I see this as a younger person. I don't know, maybe you're one of your grandkids, really. I think that this, I think that they are maturing to this place, and they're really figuring out what life is. And I think that you are like in that perfect place for leadership to, walk them through it, because you do have a lot of experience and you have this and this is just my own observation there. This is just me talking.
Yeah.
You do have this kind of like personality that is so inviting and so loving that is going to like shift this young person into the direction that is going to be the most beneficial for him. Yeah. So that's
Okay.
what I'm seeing in that.
Great.
Well, then that's good. So
Yeah.
what did it sound like anything that's going on in your life right now, or?
Yes. Yeah. With my the youngest grandson, the one who's going to turn 2.
Mhm.
So yeah, I have concerns and worries because just things that signs that he's not, in other words, I have one grandson that's on the spectrum. I'm thinking ahead of time, thinking that he might fall under there too. And
Right.
I'm doing too much concerns. Like you just finished, you just stated in those cards. And I just got, and he does, he follows me. Well, all of them do, but when they grow, when they're that age, I'm their little one. Yeah, but when they're growing, but still,
Mhm.
I could go to the bathroom and he's already, like, where you at? So, but yes, you
Yeah.
did get it. Yes, that's true.
Yeah, but yeah. He's going through it. He's gonna go through what he needs to go through, and it's gonna and hey, we just already say, but his emotions are going to be kind of like guided by you,
Mm-hmm.
because I think you're going to be able to help him understand what he's feeling. Because you know
Yeah.
when they feel like that, and shoot, when they old like me half the time, I don't even know what I'm feeling.
Yep.
But you be able to give him that kind of guidance to help him understand what he's feeling.
Yeah.
So you're in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
Wow. Good job. Oh, that's right. I don't have Harry, I'll do you too, because Maria doesn't have a deck.
Okay.
So you want to do you want to do mine first?
Yeah, let me do it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm shuffling.
Okay. Let me get this phone. My phone is ringing today off the hook. Normally nobody ever calls me. Okay. Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, now.
Whenever you say.
Now.
Now,
Uh-huh.
okay. The Knight of Cups.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. That's okay. That sounds right already.
Okay. Okay, shuffling.
Now.
Okay.
I'm waiting for you to.
Oh, the Star.
Mm.
Okay.
Wow.
Now.
That's the present.
Now.
10 of Cups.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Okay, let me gather my thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And we're looking at the past with the Knight of Cups. Oh, by the way, these are all upright.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. What I'm seeing here is a younger person. It could be you, it could be somebody in your
Ain't nobody but wise. I know exactly.
well, I was going to say it could be a younger person or a younger you at a past, when you were younger. But launching, starting that journey, not fully mature, not fully developed, but ready to charge on, because what I'm seeing as far as the card itself is concerned, the young man is he's in a horse, but that horse seems to be part of a vehicle that is like a boat.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me, a boat.
So he's floating along, and on this journey to maturity, I would say.
Mm-hmm. And you said the next card was the Star.
The Star.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that's me.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah, and you're pouring out all of your emotions. She's in a state of contemplation. And her emotions, they're calm, even though she's pouring them out, they're flowing into a calmness that will help to keep her in check, I guess.
Yeah. And what was the last one?
The 10 of Cups.
10 of Cups.
10 of Cups, celebrating family, bringing together all kinds of love and emotions and family, just the generations.
Your card had generations. I do remember that.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you see it? Because for some reason or other, my Zoom screen disappeared. I got a whole bunch of.
Right?
I can see it, but I mean, I really see that in my life right now, because shoot, that's just my life. You know,
Mhm.
I got, Wazian and I'm kind of like in that middle of my family.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
I'm in the middle of my family.
yeah.
So that's like a perfect reading. Thank you. And with everything in the upright position and the generations on the end, so that just lets me know how my family right now is
Important to you.
important to me and holding me up
Mm-hmm.
and holding me up. Yeah. Oh, that's a good reading. Thank you. Okay, so I got to do one for you because
Okay.
we're gonna do it like that. Let me mix these cards up some more. Gracious, I couldn't believe it. Oh, this
Cup.
is all right. So let me know when you're ready.
Okay. Stop.
Okay. It is the Three of Cups in reverse.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All righty.
Okay. Shuffle.
Stop.
Shuffle.
Okay.
Stop.
Okay. You got the Ten of Cups
Oh,
in,
wow.
in upright. Huh.
Stop.
And you have the Moon.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
Ooh.
but I can't and my card, the Moon is full.
Mm-hmm.
Um uh so it kind of, is looking like, and one of the things that I know that you have been paying attention to recently is the moon. So I think that
Mm-hmm.
you're balancing your like feelings and emotions through the moon. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
moon is where you're kind of like getting your energy from.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, whether you're resting better or you're not as worried about
Mm-hmm.
things as you used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Is but you're taking your time. You're taking your time in it. That's what I'm seeing
Wow.
with the fullness of the moon. What's that? 30 days? How it's 30 days,
20, between 28 and 30.
right? Uh-huh.
So put it
So
in the middle, say 29.
right. See, you're and that's why I think that you got um celebration card, your Three of Cups in reverse, because you're allowing time to go through. You know that the balance is there.
Mhm.
Maybe from experience, maybe simply from because yeah, I think it's just pretty much from experience. Yeah. But
Uh,
with your 10 of cups in the center, this is saying that, well, Harry on, you know how Pollyanna you are.
you know me too well. Oh, man.
You just got rainbows and lollipops.
You know me too well.
That's just how you see the world, and that's your center. That's your center. That you're sent. That's the thing that centers you and gives you that balance. That's why everything else is balanced off of that. Oh, we had good readings today, but that's one of the things I like about tarot.
Yeah.
Tarot always knows exactly where you
Now,
are.
the first one was what now?
Three of Cups.
Oh, the Three of Cups.
Yeah. So I did past, present, and future. I just read from the future to the past to the present.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay.
Hmm. And after a while when we start doing
Spread.
our what you call it,
Spread.
spreads, yeah, it's easy to learn where the cards will want you to start from.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Because they don't always start from the beginning. It's not like reading a book or anything. They really tell you how to do it.
And
So
I
this
just
is
wanted to say that also because well, she got the moon, and it's just I was curious, like, oh wow, she got the moon, and then it's the month of October. So I looked it up, and it's the hunter's moon,
oh,
like the harvest moon. So, um,
okay.
so it says that it's
Oh,
supposed to. This
yeah.
moon's supposed to be brighter and everything.
Mhm.
Right, and I think it's coming up this week, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
I think it is,
Oh, gotta look into that one too. So,
yeah.
okay, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
So this is one of the things that this is why excuse me. This is one of the things I like about tarot because it's so descriptive of where we are. And
Mhm.
and yeah, it's like anything else. Yes, you can read anything into the cards, but it still means the same thing that I'm seeing in my
Okay.
life,
Mhm.
So that's why I tell people when you read your cards or you're reading for somebody else, you cannot do it wrong. You can't hurt anybody and you can't be hurt yourself,
Right,
you know.
You're right.
because spirit is guiding you.
Spirit is always guiding you. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So any questions or comments?
No,
Yeah.
I just want to say that today has been a fun day, and it has kind of given me that kick that I needed to get back into looking at tarot on a daily basis rather than randomly.
Me too.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so that's our round. So yeah, I guess that's kind of like sort of our round table.
Mhm.
What are you saying, Maria? How did
I was gonna
today's
say,
session?
did I miss out on all? Did y'all finish this whole set of tarots, or we're just still what?
Well, yeah, we finished up to we still have one more suit left.
Okay.
Yeah, so the next suit that we have left is wands.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I started. I don't know why I did it like that.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, it
You
is.
were guided.
Yep.
I don't have a good answer for that.
You
That's
you
okay.
were guided. It's not for you
Yeah,
to know. You
Yeah.
just follow the guidance.
Sometimes
exactly.
there isn't an answer. Sometimes
Exactly.
it's not in front of us. So
Yeah. But yeah, so we finished from the beginning to pretty much the end. Yeah. So next month when we meet, we're gonna I'm hoping to meet that we can meet in person and here at my house. So maybe we can work that out or something. But I can so I want us to be able to do the what you call it spreads
Mhm.
and the wands together. Because not saying that we can't. I don't know how we could do spreads on the computer.
Virtually.
mhm.
Yeah, not as introduction anyway, but we can figure it out. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what
Okay.
happens. But yeah. Oh yeah, and yeah. So that's what I'm saying for today's session. For my round table is I just appreciate that you all want to do this with me. I really do. It's a lot of fun for me. It's something that I feel is beneficial to your spiritual, advancement. So
Mhm.
and and I mean, and the more you share this with your friends and your family, you know,
Yep.
I think it will get rid of the taboo of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um. So let's see. For tomorrow, we have. Oh no,
Tomorrow's Monday.
tomorrow's Monday. I don't know. Oh, excuse me, y'all. So
Yeah.
so Wednesday and third. So Wednesday we have Course in Miracles from 5 to 6:30. Thursday we have I Am in the morning from 11 to 12. Then we have flights in the evening from 7 to 8:30. And I think next Saturday is when we go to the Mind Body
Body
Spirit
Mind Extra.
Expo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Maria, I know you're thinking about it, so just let us know what you want to do.
What time are you all leaving?
Harriet was gonna pick me up around about, I don't know what time you're gonna pick me up, Harriet.
Probably maybe around 9, 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Is that too early for you?
No,
No,
Because I wanted to get over. I wanted to get over in
at
time.
10, right?
Yeah, so maybe we should leave your house about 9.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, because that'll give us time to go over and view some of the exhibits because most of the sessions that I wanted to attend are in the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
So that'll give us time to visit the exhibits
Oh, okay.
and then maybe grab a bite to eat before we settle down into the
Right. Mm-hmm.
And who else is going?
It's just gonna be me, you, and Harriet.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all renting a car just to go down there?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't have cars.
Wow. I could pick you ladies up. The only thing is I invited some friends too, but I have my SUV and I can fit up to 8, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
And so, yeah, for not to do that. So yeah, I
Cool.
invited them, a couple of them. They're supposed to let me know for sure by Friday. And if
Okay.
not, it doesn't matter because I'm still gonna go. So so Penelope, you let me know if I need to go pick you up or yeah,
Well,
because
I'm
you don't
in
have
Williamsburg, so I'm the furthest away.
yeah.
Because I think well, let's hold on a second.